Good morning. My name is Tanya with Power Pantaloons, your holistic cancer wellness guide. And today we have Alex Zastoupil with us. He is the co-founder of Clear and Conquer, and they're located in Miami. Their mission is to empower 1 million disruptors to create generational wealth and break generational chains. Welcome, Alex. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Tanya. Thank you so much for having me on this amazing podcast. I'm excited about this call here today.
Me too. Mindset. I'd love to talk to you about some mindset. So I would love to hear where you are now and where you started and how you made the changes.
Sure, yeah. So right now, I always believe that I can always do more, and you know that about myself. I always believe that I can be doing more in all aspects of my life. I believe there's always another level to everything. So I wouldn't say that I have made it or anything close to that, but I'm definitely have shifted my mindset completely, and it's actually pretty crazy to reflect because when I was 19 years old. I tried to commit suicide. And going back even further, I had like really big dreams. I had really big ambitions. I wanted to own the Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. That whole entire, it's like a palace basically. But because of the attention to detail, I just had a connection with it. And it was like a sense of place, like I just felt like I had, like I felt like it was part mine. It was very interesting. So for years, I wanted to be an architect, but then I thought I was too stupid to become an architect. I thought I wasn't smart enough. I didn't think I had what it took. I didn't think I had like the right mindset. Like I wasn't friendly. I was a total introvert, which is the exact opposite of who I am now. And I just I didn't really know how to get out of any of that. Like I didn't have any like true mentors at that time. So I put myself into deep depression because I just was always telling myself, I'm Alex, you're stupid. Alex, you're an idiot. You're not smart. You're ugly, Alex. Like you don't have what it takes. And I was my own worst enemy. Even though that people told me that, hey, you're being negative. Don't say that about yourself. I'd be like, you're just saying that because you're close to me. Other people actually think this about me as well. You know,
Our self-talk is really bad if we let it to be.
yeah,
It's very important to talk to yourself the correct way.
yeah, 100%. It's insane, Tanya. Like, and when I heard that at that age, and I'm like, that's stupid. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. And what I have found out later on in life, people hate on which they don't completely have an understanding to. Like people hate things like I don't like the dentist because I didn't really like, especially growing up, because I didn't understand the aspects of it. Like I didn't actually go and understand what different sections there are there. So my point is, people hate on things, just like people hate on like people that are doing big things at first until they figure out who they really are, because they have like a barrier, a wall, and it seems to be kind of natural. But anyways, like you said, the self-talk is so important. And I started telling myself the right things instead of always like putting myself down. Even if they hadn't been true yet, I want to start telling myself the right things of where I want to go. And I want to start promoting it to everywhere. So yeah, like I fell into this trap trying to commit suicide at the age of 19. I literally one of the times was with a knife. And one of the times at the age of 21, the second time was with a gun. I didn't actually like pull the trigger, but it was completely loaded. I was also drunk at that time because I was an alcoholic by the age of 21. And I started doing drugs. I started doing all these different things. And the reason I tell everybody this is because I'm an example of getting out of that and prospering in different aspects of my life now. I didn't think I would ever be married, really. Like I really didn't. I was
Yeah.
single for 7.5 years. Now I'm married to Miriam, as you know, the most beautiful woman, but she's also an entrepreneur. She's also a disruptor, a conquistadora. She's a leader. She's a great example as well. She's from Dubai. She's truly a disruptor.
She
So
is.
anyways, I got out of that by first changing my mindset. That's what I did first.
Right. I don't want everybody to assume that we're implying that mindset alone is going to do the change like that. If you need help, obviously reach out to somebody who will help you, but mindset does play a part in it. Um, what did I want to ask you next? I want to thank you for sharing that because it's important to talk about stuff like that so that we can have a conversation as a society about mental health and how we can help each other because I think that our healthcare system isn't really designed to be super helpful at this point and having
Mm,
difficult conversations and everybody sharing where they are helps us have conversations and move it along. So for me,
yeah,
I believe that mindset is absolutely key. It is the number one thing that I believe that helped me get through cancer. Like, you know, taking the time to change my underwear every day and put on Wonder Woman's panties every day, right? Which is a physical representation of actively deciding to live. You know, it's a choice. And when you're going through something as difficult as suicidal thoughts or whatever it is, you know, taking the choice to live and taking the choice to talk to somebody about it so that you can get the help that you need is super important. And then you can start changing your mindset. It's not just the thought, you have to put the actions behind it,
totally.
right?
Totally, Tanya. 100%. You have to put the actions and not choose a whole bunch of drugs that you think are going to help you. You said something about the healthcare system. I'm really a believer that I don't need to go take anything like Adderall or Ritalin, something crazy like that to mask up a band-aid. I don't really know of people that are like could take themselves off of it, like it actually helped them and then they're good. Like I don't really know people like that. And a lot of people turn to things like that and it's really sad because it doesn't really fix the actual core problem, such as the mindset. There's something still there that hasn't been confronted and fixed. And it's not like there's anything wrong with them, but like I
Well,
yeah,
there might be though, like sometimes you actually need medication because you have a chemical imbalance and
of course.
you need to balance that. Like if your doctor is telling you you need that and you've gotten your second opinion, do that. Absolutely do that, but also work with the mindset.
Yeah, 100%. The mindset, it's really, really important. And I just know that that's the piece that actually changed my life. It wasn't like anything else really, because I mean, it's a decision that you make. Like you said, you have to choose to make these decisions from there on out. Like you can't allow other people to influence you on this, or like you have to go make the decision. And that, like I always say, that just a decision is the most powerful thing you can ever do. And also changing your mind is one of the most powerful things you can ever do.
So do you have any tips on how to start shifting mindset?
Yeah, 100%. One thing that I did is I started hiring mentors. And before that, it was books, which was also a mentor. And I wanted to be really, really intentional about the mentors that I pick, like really, really intentional. Because you're learning, like if I choose a mentor that has made a whole bunch of money, for example, but they've gotten 5 divorces, there's going to be little bits and pieces of things that they have in that book that maybe I shouldn't even be reading, or it's going to rub off on you. So I don't actually want that. I want someone that is a great example across all aspects, right? That's who I want to choose. And I started like finding that. I didn't find it right away, of course. And everybody that's listening to this right now, you should find someone that's very aligned with you. I don't know if some people like Andrew Tate, and I agree with a lot of things that he says, but I don't know. This might be controversial. Don't know if I'd want him as my mentor, just because of some of the things that he's like. I just don't agree with some of those things as well. Just a few things, but they're big enough for me not to want to learn from him. Like, you know
They're
what I mean?
very big. They're elephants in the room.
Yeah, exactly. I do like how he stands up. I love it. I absolutely love that. He stands up, but there's just some things I don't want to get into that. But that's my point is you have to find the right people. it's really important because they will rub off on you. Like their personality traits, like that's what happens. You are the 5 people you hang around with most. You're the 5 people that you study most too.
Yeah.
So
So it's
that would be
important to
the
find
first thing.
somebody that you aligned with,
Yeah,
matches
100%.
your goals and your values, so that
Mm-hmm.
you and they don't need to be that much further ahead of you. They only need to be like 2 steps ahead of you, but they can teach you. Yeah.
100%. 100%. Like a lot of people a lot of people talk about this, but it's just so important. And if you actually look at these very successful people, they have had mentors along their way as well. Like I know Grant Cardone, Alex Hormozy, um,
Tony
uh,
Robbins.
people, huh?
Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins. Yeah, all these people have had mentors, all of them. And
Yeah.
that's the point. But what people do is they hire a mentor and they think it's going to work in 3 months, which is just an instant gratification type mindset instead of playing the game for your future, right? Like I make decisions today for my future, not just tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. How important do you think goal setting is for that?
Yeah, yes. Goal setting is very vital because here's the problem if you don't set big enough and good enough goals. You will come up to barriers and times in your life where things get really hard and you feel like quitting, that you're going to feel like blowing out, meaning just leaving and just going back to what you were doing, going back to what you would consider at that time maybe easier. Don't even know if it is or isn't, but you consider that. And if you don't have big enough goals, they're not meaningful enough for you. They don't have a deep enough why to you. You will quit, right? Because the goal's
Yeah.
not big enough. You don't know why you're even doing it. You don't know like what you're supposed to like you don't know why you're on this hard path or a path that most people are not traveling. So you have to have such a deep understanding of the goals because those are going to be the things that keep on pushing you forward. I know there's so many times where I've felt like quitting and just, it's like I'm just getting up, beat up, like punched in the face hard and just like getting drugged through the mud. Like there's been times like that. And what they show on Instagram is a whole bunch of Lamborghinis and girls and all these different things, which I don't agree with any of that because that's actually not how it is, first of all. And second of all, that's not a good example. As
Yes.
again, it's not a good example. I don't want to keep on looking at all that stuff, right? I don't want to look at it at all, really. Like I used to care about the cars and stuff like that. And now I'm like, dude, there's bigger things out there that are more meaningful and impactful that are actually going to change people's lives. Like that's way better.
Yeah.
So your goals are very important, to say the least.
So have you like while you were doing the mindset stuff, did you create like an alter ego? Like a improved version of yourself? Like Beyonce had Sasha Fierce and there were a lot of people do that. Did you do that?
That's a really good question. I hear about a lot of people doing this. I know Kobe Bryant also had like it's like your other self, right? That's what that means, right?
Like the superhero part,
Superhero.
the 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 person that you want to be.
Yeah,
So you dress up in their image, like you create the perfect um avatar for yourself, right?
for
Like
yourself.
you
Yeah,
you build it for yourself, and then you step up to do that, to like, with Beyonce, Sasha Fierce was you know out there and bold, and Beyonce was not that yet.
yeah,
So, and with Kobe, I don't know what his alter image name was, but like for me it was, the Wonder Woman putting on her like outfit so that I could Wonder Woman doesn't die, right? So
one hundred
so
percent,
you do something like that.
100%. So I mean, I do something similar like that. Kobe Bryant was the Black Mamba. This is what
Oh,
his name.
that's it. That's
Yep.
it.
Yep. I don't have that actually. Like I don't have the actual name, but I will say that I started stepping up into my like higher self and I started like really working on my spirituality, my inner self and like who I really am, my purpose I found with my wife, of course, and I just started figuring out more of who I really am. Because what happens is we are told we're supposed to be a certain way growing up. We're influenced by other friends in school, even if it's good or bad. Either way, when you're growing up, like from basically age 0 to 25, you're really influenced. Like you're influenced more than your later years, but in your later years, you still have those things. So I wanted to go back and figure out who I was, who I really am, who I always have been, instead of having these personality traits that I developed over the years from other people. Because that was really important for me to become aware of, because I don't want to be anybody else. I want to be me. And that's who I really wanted to step up into, is my true self. Because I know, I don't know if I just heard this, there's an interview with Grant and Tim Story, but they were talking about basically God made us all knowing, I think is what it said. All knowing, meaning we're all knowing, not that we have any mystery. Deep down, like our spirit itself, which I believe is like, it's different from the body, because I'm not anyways, I'm not gonna get into that, but basically, like, we're all knowing, meaning there's just barriers preventing us from knowing all of that. Like there's just things in our way. So I get rid of things is what I do. And you know that about myself. I get rid of things first. I'm removing things constantly. Every day I am removing things, because I want to peel these as like an onion. I want to peel those layers off and get to the core. Like I'm still doing that. Like I'm really myself. I'm really authentic, but I know there's like still pieces of me that I'm like still need to like really tap into.
Remove stuff to make room for new stuff.
Yes, correct. Yeah, and like it says in the Bible, I think, which I don't want to get into that either, but I think it says it in all the books, by the way, the Bible, the Quran, and the Torah, and whatever ever
Probably.
does. But it says like you're all knowing, which I think is really cool. I didn't really like. I'm not gonna get into that. Never mind. But like I I really do like that. No matter what your view is, I'm like all knowing. That's amazing. All
Yeah.
knowing. Imagine you know everything.
Yeah.
So
I
that's crazy.
I
So my point is like I have like this person that I want to become. Like it's always the next version of myself more so.
That's really beautiful. I like to talk spirituality as opposed to religion, because
Yeah,
everybody has some spirituality and everybody has their own
100%.
belief. I
Yep,
personally believe that we are a piece of God out here to learn, grow, and go back to God and make God better. That's my personal
100%.
belief. So
Yes.
I think that's everybody's belief somewhere, right? Like
Yeah.
maybe not. I don't know, right? Like I can't speak for everybody, but I like to make sure that I'm not imposing my beliefs.
Yes.
I don't want them to do that to me. I don't like
Right.
that.
Right. Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Totally. I
Like
believe that too, Tanya. I do.
yeah. So like I think with the alter ego, it's sort of like armor. Like you're putting on like a I don't want to say costume because costume's not right, but like you're fortifying yourself with your perfect vision of who you want to present as. And they could be different pieces for different roles in your life, or they could just be what you do, which is your higher self. I think it's fascinating. I think it's absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Like it's very important to like have like I don't like the idea of being satisfied with who I am. I mean, I know a lot of people, a lot of people do, but I just don't like that idea. And if you look at the greats, they're not satisfied with who they are. Like they're grateful. By all means, they're grateful. They are really grateful people. Like they're not the people that I listen to are not like scumbags and like like totally arrogant, and it's like the people I listen to aren't like that. Um, they want to become someone better. Like they're not satisfied with who they are and where they are. They want to do better. And what people don't realize is that makes everybody better. Like if they hire more employees, that means they created more opportunities. If they create more income, that means they created more income for their charities. again, the people that I listen to, right? So I think it's important to like want that extra level
Yeah.
and be
Who,
that
wa-
extra level.
who was it that said divine in discontent? I don't remember who said that, but it was like it's a beautiful saying, right? Like
Yeah,
you, you're grateful for everything you have, and you just a little bit dissatisfied, so you can keep improving and making yourself better and making the world a better place. I love that
yeah,
phrase, and I want to credit who said it, but I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm gonna have to go look it up and put it in the show notes.
yeah, 100%. No, it's a beautiful thing for sure.
Well, I heard it at a growth con, so I'm not sure which speaker it was.
I
I'm
don't
gonna have to
remember.
go find that out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, Alex, I really appreciate you stopping in today. I want to tell everybody that Clear and Conquer, they offer accountability, they offer mentorship. I will put their website information down below so people can look them up if they're interested. And as usual, there will be a free gift from me in the show notes, which is the two essential oils that I used every day while I was going through chemotherapy. I want to thank everybody for stopping in today. Bye.
Thank you for having me, Tanya. I appreciate it. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Alex.